안녕하세요. 비트의 아버지입니다. 영상 마지막에 구독자분들을 위한 4월 무료 이벤트 진행하오니 참여하시고 혜택 받아보시기 바랍니다.
Why is Bitcoin critical to the prosperity of the United States in the 21st century? That is the question we all should be asking. There are many metaphors for thinking about a strategic reserve of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is digital capital. If we thought of it as Bitcoin as digital capital, is this a stockpile of cheese? Is this a stockpile of oil, natural gas, or even uranium, all of which would be interesting? Well, at its worst case, in its narrowest form, you could think about the strategic Bitcoin reserve as a stockpile of the apex asset of the human race. And so what's it worth? Well, over the next 20 years, I think it's worth anywhere from $3 trillion to $106 trillion to the United States. U.S. corporations, like my corporation, are actually recapitalizing on Bitcoin. We've gone from having $250 million of assets 48 months ago to having nearly $45 billion of assets in 48 months. If you look out over the next 20 years, corporations that are accumulating Bitcoin on their reserve, like MSTR, like Mara, like Riot, they're going to have 20 to 40 trillion dollars. The United States could be generating $10 trillion per year by renting, developing, or financing the assets in that strategic Bitcoin reserve. The AIs are coming. The AIs don't get bank accounts. They don't get credit cards. The AIs, the artificial intelligence economy, will be built on digital capital, digital property. It'll be a $100 trillion economy. It'll be built on Bitcoin. Well, a lot of people, they think of it as an asset. You think of it as a property, but what we know to be true is that Bitcoin is actually a network, and it's not just any network. It's not an information network. It's an energy network. It's a conservative network. I can send $1 billion from me to you. I lose it. You have it. That is the conservation of energy in cyberspace. What's driving the growth of Bitcoin? It is the most powerful force in the world right now. It's growing nearly 60%. It's become the eighth largest asset in the world. It's about to become the largest asset in the world in the next 48 months. There's people go, well, what is Bitcoin's use case? The use case is to not suffer $10 trillion a year of damage from entropy, from inflation, from chaos, from the future. The greatest digital transformation of the 21st century, it isn't the transformation of music, it isn't the transformation of your photos, your communications, your Facebook friends, or educational videos, although each of those things made $1 trillion company. The greatest digital transformation is the transformation of capital. So it's the transformation of 450 trillion. What's it worth? It's worth half of everything. It's half of everything. That's the transformation. Digital capital is stronger, faster, and smarter capital. It's everything you don't like about the building stripped away, and you've got an invisible, indestructible, immortal, teleportable building. It's a better building. It's global capital. It's everybody that's living in Asia and Africa and South America would move to the U.S. if they could. They'd move their money to the U.S. if they could. They want the currency of the U.S. They want the property of the U.S. They want the security of the U.S. They want the values of the U.S. But they can't have it. So the second best thing they can have is move their money into the Bitcoin network, which has all of the values, protections, and security of the U.S. Bitcoin is immortal capital, right? You can keep your money for 1,000 years. A 10 basis point fee works out to a useful lifetime of 1,000 years. All the other long-term capital assets have a life of 10 to 100 years. Find a business you want to invest in that'll be around for 500 years. Find a bond that will pay off in 500 years. Find a piece of art that'll still be legible in 500 years.
구독자분들이 무료로 참여하실 수 있는 이벤트를 오픈했습니다. 첫 번째, 트레이더들이 실시간으로 관점을 분석하고 공유하는 관점방 참여해보시고 불장 대비 포트폴리오 PDF 파일을 무료로 받아가시기 바랍니다. 그리고 앤드류팀 자체 제작 알파비트표 무료체험 신청도 오픈했는데요. 무료 신청인 만큼 받으실 분들은 구독과 채널 알림 설정 한 번씩만 꼭 눌러주시면 감사하겠습니다. 빠른 신청 방법은 010-4667-8146 번호로 구독 문자 남겨주시는 분들께 알파빗 지표 혜택 제공해드립니다. 하단 더보기란과 고정 댓글에 관전방 커뮤니티 링크 남겨뒀으니 참여하셔서 좋은 정보 받아가시기 바랍니다. 구독과 좋아요는 영상 제작에 큰 도움이 됩니다. 시청해주셔서 감사합니다.